Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Crew Talk, the official podcast of Bombers CrossFit, where we build healthy humans. This week we're looking at one of the things that can be a real problem in CrossFit. There's an old adage that comparison is the thief of joy, and that can be an issue at times when you're on the floor with other athletes and you begin to spend more time looking at their barbells than looking at your own. And so our next guest, Tim, is going to share with us how it feels coming from a traditional gym and then maybe feeling a little bit intimidated by the tough workouts and struggling with endurance in the beginning especially, and then finally coming to the realization that the only person that you really need to beat is yourself. So if you've ever found yourself kind of left behind or discouraged or tempted to push beyond your limits, then this is the episode for you. Let's get into it. All right, Tim, hey, thanks for joining us on Crew Talk. Give us a little bit of your background. Where are you from, family, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So I've been doing CrossFit for about 2 years now. This is my 2-year anniversary. I was filming, actually. Bring a Friend Week 2024.
All right.
That was when I started, but I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, a suburb called Westerville. Went to school at Cedarville University and then got a job over on base right out of school.
All right.
And I'm married, just got married this fall to my lovely wife, Sarah.
Congratulations.
And yeah, it's been an amazing 3 months.
So what was it growing up in Columbus? Did you have any brothers and sisters, or?
Yeah, I had one brother. Mm-hmm. He's about 2.5 years older than me.
Okay.
He also went to Cedarville, but then decided to go to Texas for 7 years to get his doctorate. So.
Oh, wow.
I'm not as smart as he is.
What about your parents? What did your parents do?
My mom was the manager of a microbiology lab, and then my dad is a civil engineer.
Okay.
So.
All right. So, what did he do as a civil engineer?
He just designs bridges, roads all over the state of Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he's done a few in this area. I mean, really all over. So.
Yeah. I I'm fascinated by that infrastructure stuff. Just because it strikes me. I was reading about this the other day, the interstate highway system, and like when we started building it, it was like 4 years and we pretty much built the entire thing,
Yeah.
And now it seems like anytime they do some road maintenance or something like that, it's like, 8 years later,
Yeah. I can only think of like Dayton Xenia Road over in Beaver Creek, where it's just been like 4 or 5 months of just continuous work, it feels like. Yeah.
Right. So do you ever talk to your dad about that kind of stuff, or?
We have, but we usually don't talk work or shop, whatever, when we see each other. Yeah.
All right. And so your mom was microbiology lab? What?
Yeah. So, she started as a lab tech, working, doing a whole bunch of like tests on blood work and samples and swabs, trying to figure out what different patients have based off of what grows. And then when I was in high school, she became the manager of the lab. And she did that all the way to like 2022, where after COVID she said I've had enough and wanted to retire. So
really? So she's retired now?
Yeah, she's retired.
What about your dad? Is he retired too, or is he still working?
No, he's still working. He's still got a few years left, I think.
Okay.
So he enjoys what he does. He doesn't like the stress, but he enjoys it.
Yeah. I guess as long as you're still enjoying your job. I was kind of enjoying my job, but I'm enjoying retirement a lot better.
This seems like a fun job.
It's I always say I'm living a dream, man.
Yeah.
I retired and hang out at the gym all the time. What more could you want?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, what about growing up? You and your brother, did you guys do sports or something like that? Or?
Yeah. So, I guess my parents started us out in Pee Wee soccer, like most parents do.
Yeah.
And then we did T-ball, and T-ball and baseball really caught on for myself and my brother.
Okay.
So we would do that, and I played through 8th grade, just rec league. I also did 1 year of football, Pee Wee football, and that's where I hurt my knee pretty bad. So CrossFit has definitely helped that. But then did a little bit of basketball, was not good, was not tall, was not fast. Yeah, so my brother and I, we did a few sports, but never were on the same team because he's just that much older than I am.
Right.
Yeah.
What about through high school? Did you play sports through high school too?
So in high school, I was, what do they call, a band nerd, I guess. I was in marching band. And
marching band. There's a lot of people in Bombers that have been marching band people. So.
And then the guys at marching band got me to go try out for the bowling team my freshman year of high school, and then that's when I got join the bowling team, I guess. So I bowled through my junior year, and then my senior year, I'm more dedicated to school and trying to make sure I was prepared for college, stuff like that.
You know, I bet you could do a master's thesis or just on whether or not the coordination required for marching band would make you a better fit candidate for Olympic weightlifting or not.
Probably. I mean,
I don't know.
It's all about rhythm.
We should ask Greg about that.
Yeah.
He probably would know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that clearly marching band requires coordination. What did you play?
I played the trumpet.
Trumpet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've had a flute and maybe a piccolo. I think Alyssa maybe she did a flute. I think.
Okay.
So did Elizabeth Harding. There's a couple other people that were band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's interesting.
it was fun. Definitely was harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. My director, band instructor, he kind of treated it like almost like a gym class where like no jeans, you had to be in athletic wear for practices.
Mm-hmm.
You just had to be ready to move, and I mean it wasn't as strenuous as other sports, I would say, but it made you had to be ready to move at a moment's notice.
Yeah. So you went to Cedarville University. What did you major in there?
Mechanical engineering.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And did you continue band in there? Or?
Yeah, I did 3 years there
Okay.
until my senior year got too busy, so I had to drop it. But yeah, freshman through junior year, I was in started a symphonic band, but transitioned into the wind ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you do any other sports at Cedarville, or?
Nah, I mean, I did, what is it? Not rec league, but
Like intramural?
intramural, yeah. Intramural dodgeball. I
Okay.
think I did intramural basketball 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time it was just, we had to take a gym class, so I took
Yeah.
my gym class. And
Yeah. Were you a good student, or
I mean, I would say it'd be average.
were you studious a student? I'll put it that way.
I studied a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Engineering
okay.
is hard for me, but I think, it's not necessarily hard, but it was some concepts were challenging.
Yeah.
It was good to challenge myself and get through that.
Okay. All right. And Cedarville. So did you live there the entire time? Or?
Yeah, I lived on campus, lived in the same dorm room actually all 4 years, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And that's fairly close to Columbus. So what was it, about an hour or so away?
Yeah, about an hour, and then
Yeah.
about 45 minutes from here, so not too bad.
Okay. All right. Now, did you got a job at the base afterwards? Did you do like internships or something throughout college, or?
I didn't do one here, but I did one over in Indianapolis at a company called IMMI.
Okay.
They do school bus seat manufacturing and other safety harness things.
So what made you think about applying for the Air Force?
I needed a job, and one of my professors had a friend at church who was in the position of hiring people, and so
Yeah.
he connected me with him, and a phone call later I had a job offer. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. That's pretty. It's not always like that. You know?
No. It was easy to get a job.
Yeah.
Well, that part was easy. Finding and getting that connection, took the time. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What did you work at AFRL or one of the SPOs? Or?
So I work in a directorate called the Propulsion Directorate. So
Yeah.
we do everything jet engine, everything from design. I work the acquisition portion, but there's other portions or different bases across the United States that do maintenance and sustainment and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're in LCMC then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's a cool job. I mean, propulsion.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a lot of big cases going on at the moment, don't they? Or
Yeah. So I've traveled all across the United States, seeing different manufacturers, seeing different engine tests. One of the engines I've worked on was the one for the F-35.
Okay.
And so getting to stand 20 feet in front of a running jet engine at full afterburner was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'll have to say that. But it was really loud, but it definitely breathtaking for sure.
Can you toast marshmallows on it? Or
I did not get that close.
not that close. Okay. I'm sure you could toast a marshmallow pretty damn quick. but-
Easily, yeah.
Yeah. So job fits in just perfectly. I mean, you really like it, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's some times where it's in low points and sometimes it's high points, and I've really enjoyed the experiences, and I have some really good coworkers and some good friends out on the Air Force Base, which has been really helpful. Definitely career growth, and I don't know, I get to work with jet engines every day, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And there's a couple of big manufacturers around here, but I mean GE and like that. But, but still, there's a good amount of travel.
Yeah.
Even some overseas travel, I would guess.
Not for myself yet. There was probably opportunity earlier in my career, but now everything is in this, I would say, the lower 48.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now you said you just got married. So how did, where did you meet your wife? How did that come?
Yeah. So I met my wife on a blind date through a friend at church. He was a mentor of mine, and he was friends with her parents. Mm-hmm. And we've been going to the same church for a while, but we never ran into each other. And then I woke up to a text one day from him that said, time to ask out Gump. Her last name is Gump, or was Gump, now it's O'Donnell. But I was like, I was a little nervous, never really cold called anybody before. Yeah. And then we dated for a bit, took a break, just because we didn't really know each other that well, but became friends. And then we got back together, and about a year and a half later, we got married. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your first date was, or?
First date was Pettibone Coffee. We went to Pettibone over in, I guess, Fairborn, and is that Fairborn? No, that's anyway. Went to Pettibone, had coffee. Ironically, was next to one of her coworkers the entire time, and I didn't know it at the time. And then she told me afterwards, and I felt a little awkward.
One of her coworkers.
One of her coworkers.
Now, where does she work?
She works actually at Cedarville. She's the director of strategic communication, I think is her title.
Really?
Yeah, so she works right underneath one of the vice presidents there.
Okay.
And so she does a lot of the social media outreach, live streams, some marketing campaigns.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And so, so you guys are married. Do you live like halfway in between, or who does the commuting now?
She does the majority of the commuting. I bought a house in Kettering in 2022.
Okay. Yep.
And it's not really a long-term house. I think we'll eventually move out this way in the Xenia Township area, hopefully. I think that'd be a good area to end up, and not too far from here, work and my work. So her work and my work.
Yeah. Yeah, I hardly endorse living somewhere close to the gym. That should be your priorities, okay? Work or whatever, don't worry about that. Just as long as you're close to the gym, that's what matters.
Yes.
So
it's 20 minutes right now. It's a little too far.
When we decided to sell the house we were in before, we were going to build a new one. I was like, hey, we build whatever you want, wherever you want, okay? But it's got to be within like a 5 or 10 minute drive of the gym.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like 2.5 miles away from here now. So.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Again, priorities, so. So you guys just how long have you been married now?
Since October 12th, so just over 3 months. I guess 3 months, 7 days or something like that.
And you went away to get married, right?
We got married here in Dayton, and then we had our honeymoon in St. Thomas and St. John's.
Yeah, that's a tough life.
Tough life.
Yes. Yeah, especially October, that was beautiful that time of year.
Beautiful. It was, 80 degrees every day. Just went snorkeling. The water was the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
Wish we could have spent more time, and can't wait to go back.
Actually, I was on a cruise at that time, and I went to St. Thomas and St. John's.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Could run into you.
That's right. I did some snorkeling as well.
Yeah.
So, it is. That's a beautiful place. Beautiful place to go. So, I guess we talked a little bit about fitness. Might as well. Yeah. So how did you find out about, let's say this. So I know you weren't doing sports in college. So after you got out of college, what happened in your fitness journey, so to speak?
Well, it kind of slacked. I would go to the apartment gym every so often, but nothing really ever stuck. Ironically, like 2021, 2022, I was looking at Bombers, actually, because I would drive by. I just would go out for drives, and I would drive by this gym, and I'm like, what is this? So I looked it up online, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I was a little intimidated, didn't really sign up, and then I kind of noticed in 2022, 2023, I had a coworker. His name was Alex. He was encouraging me to go to the gym, so one day he had an Esporta Fitness membership, and he invited me along as his free guest that day, and I really enjoyed it, working out with him. And really, it was like the community that brought me to the gym. It wasn't really just my own gumption, I guess I could say. It definitely was like people encouraging me, and so I definitely could feel myself getting slow. And then I went to Esporta for about 7 months, and then he ended up moving away because he got, I wouldn't say discharged, but he left the military. He went to DC. So I didn't really have my community at the gym anymore. And that's when Jason Wing, my pastor, really invited me out to Bring a Friend Week in the January of 24. And I've been here ever since.
Yeah. You know, it's a great point about community at the gym. It's the people that kind of drive you to go, and you know, because it can be boring by yourself, you know.
Yeah, like I definitely stuck it out at Esporta for like 2 to 3 months after he left, but there wasn't any motivation. It was like, I'm going because I'm paying for this and because I got used to this, not because it was something like I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I was working out before I ever found CrossFit. I was working out on the base, and it was okay, but you know, I was just kind of languishing and, you know, spending a lot of time, and I didn't really, you know, have a plan or anything like that, or any goals. And then when I got introduced to CrossFit, they had opened a box on the base, and there was just this great group of people that were there. Some of them I still know, like Kevin Recchi, you know, and it was just like, you know, for me, they were all younger than me, and it was like so much energy, you know, and it was like, it was encouraging to me to be around them and stuff, you know, and but then slowly people began to PCS away, and then the program kind of fell apart, and there was a few months there where I was sticking it out, but like pretty much everybody was gone, you know, and it was just like I felt kind of lost, you know, so yeah. And then one of the people started coming to Bombers, and he was checking in on Facebook, and that's how I first found out about it. You know? Yeah. So what did you think when you showed up at Bring a Friend Week? Do you remember what the workout was the first time? It was probably one of these that we're doing this week, since this is Bring a Friend Week right now when we're recording.
Yeah. I don't remember. I know I worked with Jason.
Yep.
I think it was the first day was a barbell workout or something.
Okay.
We were just doing, I want to say cleans. Cleans or push press or something. I mean,
there's one on Thursday that's cleans and push-ups.
Yeah. I think it was something like that. Cleans and push-ups workout. That was the first one I had ever like done, and I mean, it brought fun back to the gym.
Yeah. There's some energy to it, especially, well, if it was that particular one, that's one where you do the whole workout, and then your partner does the whole workout. And so you've got somebody there that's like actively cheering you on the entire time, which I love that.
Yeah,
you know?
It definitely pushes me once I have a cheerleader, I guess.
Yeah. And if somebody's counting my reps for me too, I love that.
Makes it easier.
So. It makes it definitely easier. But yeah, you know, some people don't. Actually, my wife, she hates that. Like being, you know, I always say, you know, I like not necessarily I like being the last, okay? Although, you know, if you're last and everybody's kind of cheering you on around, you know, it's to me, it's like rewarding, you know. Doesn't necessarily make me go any faster, but it is rewarding, you know.
Yeah.
Some people hate that, but I like it.
Yeah, it definitely pushes me. If I am dead and my arms don't want to move, that definitely gives me a little bit of a boost. I don't know how well I'll do at that point, but it definitely keeps me going and getting the reps.
So how long was it, do you think, that you felt like, yeah, this is it?
I mean, after the first few times at Bring a Friend Week, I went and canceled my Esporta membership that weekend or that next Monday or something like that. It was, I mean, I just knew this is the next step or the next thing I wanted to do. There was a community here. There was encouragement. There wasn't the necessarily pressure to compete at like the CrossFit Games, but it was to get you to the next step, to get you to achieve the next goal, which I thought was very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Did you So a lot of people, they come in and in the beginning you're encouraged, and then sometimes the progress doesn't come as fast as you want it. Okay. Did you run into any of that, or?
Not really.
Okay.
I guess I didn't know what I was expecting to see. My goal was really just functional fitness and being able to lift weights, to be able to run a mile, to be able to, climb up stairs and not have to go huff and puff, just really shed some of the COVID weight, so to speak, and just live a healthier lifestyle, really. Yeah.
So do you think endurance is something that was really kind of like one of the first things that you were looking to build?
Yeah, and I would still say I'm trying to build it. It's not something that comes naturally to me, and it's definitely something I have to work for. So, like today's workout, I definitely felt better than I probably would have was when I started before. I looked at the previous time I did this, we only got 6 rounds when I did it. Now we did 8. So, I mean...
That is great, yeah.
We're building up, so...
Yeah. I think probably a lot of people see that mainly on running and things like that, especially, you're going to run a mile or something, you can easily see what the time is. But in Metcons like this, where it's, 15 to 20 minutes, you can really begin to feel that the tank empties at some point, And you can begin to see the difference of that, So, it's one of the reasons why in CrossFit. Now, this workout today was... there wasn't necessarily any built-in rest, but it was still kind of an interval in the sense that at some point you're just on a machine, and so that's really kind of a little bit of your recovery to get back into the movements again, and that's one way to build endurance is to do sort of intervals like that, So, what do you think is your kind of like preferred sort of workout now? What are the things that you look at and you say, this is something I'm really going to enjoy?
Honestly, part of like today's workout, the different intervals, the long time, I definitely enjoy barbell workouts. I do think they're challenging and at the same time rewarding.
Yes.
I know some people get scared when they hear barbells fall, but like that just means I did one more rep, That means I was able to pick up the barbell, do a rep, and keep going.
Do you like the Olympic lifts, or do you prefer like squats and stuff like that, or?
I mean, all the above. It's just Olympic lifts are hard, so it's a challenging lift, and it's how I hurt myself was doing an Olympic lift with bashing my head open with a barbell once, but
okay.
But overall, like it's definitely trained muscle coordination, rhythm, trying to make sure that I can think through every rep.
Yeah. So when you hit your head, was it on the way up or on the way down?
On the way up.
On the way up, okay.
Yeah, I was doing a snatch at physical therapy here, and I just wasn't in the right zone that day, and my head went forward as the bar went up, and I smashed my head right here. So that was an ER visit for sure, but definitely didn't deter me from coming back to the gym. I just wanted to make sure I take it easy. Yeah. And usually if it's a snatch day, you'll see me doing lots of snatches with a PVC pipe beforehand, just to make sure I have the memory down of what a snatch really is versus just throwing the bar up.
That's so smart. I mean, I'm a big proponent of getting yourself warm with lighter weights, do a lot of reps, more than you think you need, and then start adding weight, So, but part of that to me is just, well, it's not really the age. It's not the years. It's the miles more than anything else, Yeah. But yeah, you got to make sure your body's ready before you start throwing heavy weights up to overhead. So,
exactly.
Because the thing is if you jump hard enough, you can get it up there. You just might not be ready to have it up there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Well, that's interesting that you hit yourself on the way up too. So, like I said, I've hit myself twice. Once with a barbell, once with a dumbbell, and both on the way down. So, yeah. Normally you kind of learn pretty quickly. I did hit myself in the jaw once. I mean, everybody does that at least one time on a push jerk, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
You're going to click your jaw once and then you'll remember, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, I probably have done that one at least once.
I always like when somebody, Andy has, I've seen him demo movies where he's had a hat on and he would knock the hat off, you know?
Yeah.
Which is, and then he'll turn it around. But that's your telltale sign that you probably had the bar pad just about right.
Mm-hmm.
If it's close enough to hit the bill of your hat, but not enough to hit your head, you've got the bar nice and close.
Yeah.
So what do you, how do you handle kind of the mental aspect of things now? So once you're coming here, a lot of times the competition starts to get into you. You know, how do you hold back from that? Do you get tempted by that?
When I see the scores up on the scoreboard, it definitely brings the little competitive mindset. And then I every day have to continually remind myself I'm the only one I'm competing against.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily everybody else here in the gym. Coach Patrick long ago taught me that, and he's like, you're here for the long time, not for max results today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here, and that's really have to remind myself is I want here so I can come back tomorrow as well. I'm not here to just hurt myself. And so definitely tones me down a little bit, but it also, when I see a workout that I'm like, oh my gosh, can I do that? Like, that still happens 2 years in. Mm-hmm. It definitely, just getting myself in the door helps just overcome that, to where after we do the workout, even if I scale it to some extent, it's like, I did this. Like, there's a sense of accomplishment that I guess wouldn't otherwise be there.
Are there certain movements that you see on the board and you think, oh man, I don't want to do that?
Oh.
Or I can't do that. I don't even want to try doing that. Or
I don't know. It just depends on my mood that day.
Yeah.
I feel like most days I feel like I can do it. Maybe a scaled version or lower reps, but then there's definitely some days where either work was rough or I didn't get enough sleep the night before, where it's just like I don't have the energy to want to continue. Yeah.
I think that's a great place to get to, because you know, you always hear people talking about cherry picking workouts, you know, certain things that they're not good at and they don't want to do them. I was always one who, I wouldn't cherry pick workouts. I would, like, you know, sadistically force myself to go on things that I was bad at, and then, you know, make myself do it. But now I've come to like enjoy those workouts, because I feel like I can find a scale version of like muscle ups, or, you know, other handstand push-ups that I can't do, and still get a great workout at the end of it, you know, even though I've scaled pretty much everything. So I think when you get that mindset, then you've really kind of like found the key to CrossFit, you know, because scaling properly is really the way to get intensity. You know? Slowly building up. Over time. Because I mean, sometimes clicking RX, I mean, for some people that's going to work. You know, they're going to be able to RX a lot of the movements and a lot of the weights and things like that. You know, for like me, I mean, that's just not generally the case. You know, I mean, it's going to be a rare occasion when I can do something RX, and so, you know, but finding a good scale and something that I can really push myself hard at, I can still get a great workout. Exactly. Yeah. And I've noticed the longer I've been here, the more RX buttons I've been able to hit. I'm still not hitting it every week, but definitely getting stronger. And like we went back to the endurance thing, that's really the kicker, is like, how long can I sustain? You know, today's workout was doing pull-ups. How long can I sustain doing a kipping pull-up or a strict pull-up until I fail out and need to either drop to a different scale or keep trying to push? Yeah. I mean, when you started CrossFit, could you do pull-ups then? I couldn't do really kipping, and maybe one at a time, but very, very slow, and I would fail really fast. So today I was able to do them pretty well until towards the end, where they definitely fell off just because of fatigue. But that's a lot of pull-ups in this workout. There was a lot of pull-ups, know, I mean, so even if you're really good at pull-ups, I mean, I said in the brief, there's going to come a point where the pull-ups are going to go away. I don't care who you are; they're going to go away today. You know. Because I mean, 18 minutes—that's a long time. It's a long. Yeah.
Long intervals.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's great that you're able to keep up with that. So, what does your wife do for fitness?
I would say she does a little Pilates, a little yoga at the house. She did Orange Theory for a little bit, but we just live a little too far away for to fit in her schedule, and so she really enjoyed it. And we're trying to find something a little closer to the house that she would be able to do.
Yeah.
But right now, it's at home Pilates and yoga and more body weight style workouts.
Yeah, especially if you're if she's still the one kind of sticking with the commute, you know.
Yeah.
So you got to build a house out here, like find that halfway point, you know, or something.
We're working on that. That's the next. That's the next
interest
step.
rates are starting to come down a little bit, so
Let's hope. Yeah.
That's the next step, right?
Next step. The next goal is a house out in this area per se. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Has she come to CrossFit before? Or
Not yet. I'm slowly getting her to get here. I would love it if she could come.
Yeah.
It's just right now schedules really haven't been the best. So
I told you my wife, she's come to CrossFit a few times, you know, but she doesn't like the attention like I do, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so and so that's just never been quite her thing. She's a big yoga person, so she loves yoga. So so what? Let's see. As far as like, if you've got a new person that wants to come, what do you think you would talk to them about? And contrast it with what people said to you when you were going to come here. Because you said you found it a little intimidating in the very beginning when you thought about coming, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I first saw on the website the photos of people and the workouts, and they just seemed like that is intense. That is a lot.
Yeah.
But one thing Jason, when he invited me, really, really emphasized was like, these workouts are scaled to what you can do.
Yeah.
You can be at the beginning of your fitness journey, 10 years into your fitness journey. It doesn't matter where you are. There is a place for you to come and work out, to build endurance, build muscle, get fit or be fit. What really got over that was like the community aspect of encouragement. I think that was huge for me. I know we've talked about it earlier here, but it definitely got me in the door, and that's what keeps continually getting me in the door.
Yeah. There's a great group of people here at Bombers. I mean, it's just you know, when you find your community and it clicks, you just know, you know.
Exactly.
And you get around a bunch of people that are, I mean, we've got a lot of people who are kind of like evenly situated, you know. I mean, as far as like fitness wise, you know. So I think that's it's a welcoming environment when you're in, and it's not like, you know, everybody in there is like super intimidating or, you know, like real fire breathers and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. I've definitely had friends with those experiences, and it hurts me a little bit because it's like we have a great thing here at Bombers, and even though maybe CrossFit might not be their thing, it's like I wish there were other gyms that treated it and had the same mentality and attitude that we have here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely a different personality. I mean, there's some gyms that are more competitive focused, you know, and that, I mean, that's great, because there are people who need that, you know. But I think you've just got to find the right place,
exactly,
you know.
Yeah.
So, and that's you know, I thought I had lost it forever when when that situation on the base worked out, you know, or fell apart, and then when I found Bombers, it was like, you know, the second time that I was able to find something that worked out great, you know. So now, I mean, what do you think? What's your long-term prospect? Just continue to come? I mean, improve your endurance, or is there like a couple of like unicorn movements that you really want to get a ring muscle up, or you really want to get a bar muscle up or something? Or
I mean, I feel like you hit it right on the head. I think endurance and bar and ring muscle ups. I think those are the two things that I really haven't been able to do.
Yeah. I bet you're pretty close to a bar muscle up.
We'll see.
You've got a good kip. So yeah. Can you get chest to bars?
I can, but they wear out real fast.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So that's where the endurance of being able to continue to do chest to bars and just figuring out the movement and just making sure I do it with the correct form.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, is building up strength in your shoulders, because you've had some shoulder issues in the past. But I think kipping movements actually strengthen your shoulders as long as you're doing them properly.
Yeah.
So it's going to and also increases your flexibility. Which when you get older, like my age, I mean that's a big thing. A lot of men, they just don't have the flexibility to move their arms like that. So and that's an important thing to have. So what about endurance wise? Have you thought about like doing any long races or anything like that, or?
It's really the only thing I've done recently has been 5Ks, like turkey trots and things like that.
The pump and run is coming up, right?
I don't know what that is.
A bunch of people are doing this right now. So you do bench press, body weight bench press.
Okay.
And for every rep you do, it takes 30 seconds off your run time.
Okay.
So you have to come in, they weigh you, then you do your reps on your bench press, and then you go out and run.
All right. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of an interesting thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think, being able to sustain and bring down my heart rate within those movements to either keep running or, keep doing burpees over the bar or whatever, shall I say, high endurance, high cardio movement we're doing.
Right.
I think that really is the next step. Because sometimes I feel like after 5 to 6 minutes I wear out, and so it's like I want to do those 10 minutes, those 12 minutes long workouts, and still be able to hit the rounds like I would want to.
Have you how closely do you track like your health markers, like your blood pressure and your resting heart rate and things like that?
Not probably where I should. The doctor told me last time I was there to get a blood pressure monitor, so I should probably do that.
Yeah.
Like CrossFit has helped bring down my blood pressure, but also need to make sure it's not too low.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not too low. Yeah. But yeah, that's all stuff that's it's definitely related to your fitness, and also nutrition. That does definitely makes a difference as well. But all of that kind of stuff, having a healthy heart, is going to help you build endurance and things. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Is there anything I didn't ask you about, or anything that?
I don't think so.
So you're gonna sign up for a half marathon then this year, or?
I might try a 10K.
10K.
I've not done one of those yet, so I think a 10K would be fun.
We might. It's very possible that we're going to program a 10K on a Saturday workout one time.
I'll have to make sure to be here.
So a couple of years ago, I programmed a 5K, and it didn't go well. Okay, and so then we canceled it. But then the next year we programmed a 5K again, and a few people came. And then the next year we did it again, and even more people came. All right. And then I think this last year it was just like a normal thing, And so I was like, all right, now that people are accepting of this, maybe we should program a 10K.
Yeah, I definitely think there'd be a turnout. I just remember seeing it like in the summer months where all the guys, some people get together and on that Sunday afternoons, and they just run around at one of the local tracks around here. So
right, yeah.
I think it's something that people would be interested in.
We've got a lot of new runners right now, so I think that would be a good thing. A 5 and a 10K that's the kind of a race that that an average CrossFitter should be able to run without any sort of training or anything.
Yeah.
I think beyond that, if you're going to do a half marathon or something, you should train for that. But a 5 or 10K, that's something that you should be able to at least run and maybe walk occasionally, but run and get that done relatively soon, or easily. So.
Yep. I would agree. Definitely. When I've run 5Ks before, it's Do I feel like I probably should have ran a little bit beforehand? Maybe a little bit. That way my muscles don't cramp up or anything. But overall, it's not been as strenuous as it would have been if I hadn't even practiced running.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll get that on the book. So Trent and I are doing the programming, I think, in September and October. So beware, people.
All right, I'm ready.
September is a good month for running.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tim, hey, I really appreciate you taking some time and sitting down, sharing your story with us on Crew Talk. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right.